Alright, I'm D. I'll do it.
Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Sage the Angel, and this is
D.
And this is MouthPiece. This is a podcast about boxing, fighting, MMA, everything. Everything we could pretty much that has to do with someone getting their ass beat in some sort of way. Yep. So, pretty much we started this shit because a lot of people don't actually say what they want to say. And it's just fucking all censored bullshit, and we're not censoring it. The way we feel is the way we feel. We're just going to talk a lot of shit. And, God damn it.
I wanted to do the podcast simply because there's a lot of people with their opinions about, boxing and fighting in general. And I'm just getting tired of seeing people, dick ride dudes that don't deserve to be dick ride. So we're just going to keep it real. So this is episode 1, so we're going to get into it.
This is a disclaimer, too.
Yeah.
If you are sensitive and you don't like hearing mean shit or stuff like that, and you're just one of those sensitive people that are going to try to crucify somebody, do not watch this video, because I will not hold anything back, and I will not apologize for anything that I say. Okay?
Alright, so before we get into it, I just want to say we're going to give very non-biased opinions about fighters. We're not going to, we don't have no, any favorites. We're just going to keep it real, If you got fucked up, you got fucked up. You lost, you lost. That's it, and that's all.
I mean, if you hey, you could be mad. That's fine, but I mean, we're just saying what we feel, and we're not gonna take anything back. So fuck it. Let's see what we start off with.
So let's start off with this. What drew you to the sport of boxing? What drove you to the fight game?
Oh, I started watching boxing because a while back, one of my sister's boyfriends was telling me about a fighter, Roy Jones, and I was super in love with Roy Jones.
Okay, no homo?
Super in love.
No homo?
Nah, dude, like just the way he fought, it was fucking bad, dude. So I started watching him, then I started getting into it, and then my homie Jamal, we started boxing in his room. Okay. And then I just got really mad because I couldn't hit him. And then after that, I kind of grew fascinated with it. I never actually joined a gym or anything like that. I just started boxing in the backyard and stuff. And then that's when I joined a gym finally, like a year later. Then started fighting. And then started really looking into boxing more. Because I didn't know about a lot of fighters, actually. What about you?
I got into boxing. Want to say the first time, what drew me to boxing was... when Mayweather fought Oscar De La Hoya. I feel like that was the first time where I actually sat down and watched boxing from a different point of view, not just watched it two guys punching each other. I actually watched it and started to really understand what was going on. But what drew me to the sport was after playing college football, not big time, so don't start googling me. It wasn't big time. It was a local junior college. I got drugged to a gym just for fun, and I ended up liking it. Ended up starting to spar a couple guys, and I just like to like trading punches, and just the love of the game just grew from there. Really, that's about it, man.
Andre Berto and Devin Alexander. What did you think of that fight?
Man, me personally, non-biased. I feel like Andre Berto just a sloppy guy, man. I didn't really. When I watch boxing, I like to see the sweet science, man. I like to see, counters, shots getting traded off, not just sloppy, just, street fighting, really. That's why I looked at it. I didn't enjoy the fight at all.
I think Berto is just way too stiff.
Yeah.
To me, he is stiff. He's very short armed too.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is I saw the fight, and I saw it was like back and forth, and then to be honest though, in the end, I didn't end up watching it all, but I thought Berto lost. I just thought he wasn't doing enough.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went earlier today and I seen that he won, and I didn't know he ended up taking the later rounds because he was outworking him. But in the beginning when I was really paying attention, he wasn't doing anything. And
gotcha.
I think the urgency of him knowing he was going to lose fucking made his ass work more, and he ended up getting the win.
Yeah. See, that's the thing with Berto. Even though I consider him a sloppy fighter at times, he does put in the work in his training camps. Watching his videos on 24/7 and things like that. He does train hard, and I know he is definitely gonna finish the fight. But I just feel like the way he gets it done is just not appealing to me. Like, cause
You think he's a boring fighter?
I don't think he's a boring fighter. I just think he's a sloppy fighter. But he gets the job done when he needs to get the job done. That's just, cause I'm used to, watching, guys like, of course, like, TBE, Floyd Mayweather. He is so, so smooth, and things just look easy to him, and he doesn't really have to do too much. I feel like, Berto just comes off and
you don't think he has any technique?
Not at all. Not at all.
I feel like he has some technique.
Like what?
And
Name
I feel
one.
like, okay, look,
what do he do? Hug?
His punches aren't like wild. They're not like, okay, because look, you have a huge difference. Like, look at Sean Porter.
Okay.
That's a wild fucking puncher.
Man.
He's a wild puncher.
So are we comparing Sean Porter to Berto?
He doesn't really. I'm just saying the fighting style, because you're saying he's sloppy. To me, sloppy is like Sean Porter.
Mm-hmm.
And he hits hard, so it works for him. But I didn't see him be sloppy like that. He was putting his punches together. He couldn't land them, but it was somewhat crisp. It wasn't super clean, but it was crispier than I think Sean Porter.
Man, I didn't see in Sean Porter. Yes, Sean Porter does have some sloppy moments. I can agree with that. Off top, I can agree.
But he's aggressive, and that's what works, though.
That's what works.
Yeah,
Sean Porter is known to apply the pressure, and that's how he wins the majority of his fights. That's how he's been winning the majority of his fights. You saw what he did with Broner.
That's why I'm so excited for Danny Garcia and Sean Porter, because you have someone who's a counter puncher versus someone who's just gonna aggressively come at his ass.
So, who you taking in that fight, Sean Porter or Danny Garcia? You already know where I stand.
I'm taking.
You already know where I stand all day.
You're going for Sean Porter. I mean, you're going for Sean.
I'm going for Sean Porter.
I'm pretty sure Sean Porter's gonna win. I'm like pretty positive he's gonna win. If he doesn't win, then that's gonna be a fucking miracle. But then again, he hasn't fought since fucking Keith Thurman.
True, but who has Danny fought last? Who has Danny fought?
He fought Brian Rios. At least he had a tune-up fight though. He had one tune-up fight, so it helped him out. Hey, Brandon Rios was not that bad. Okay, he did really good against Alvarez in the last fight.
Brandon Rios, guys. Brandon Rios. Look, I'm going to tell you like this. The only shot that Danny Garcia has in his fight against Sean Porter is that no-look left hook. That's all he got. So, and you and I both know Sean Porter ain't letting that shit fly.
He's not too bad. Danny Garcia holds his ground. He has a good chin and everything. I don't think he's like top-notch. I believe the right fighters can beat him. But he's not... I don't think you can count him out just yet.
Look, I'm gonna tell you like this. My main issue with Danny Garcia is when his dad was getting being interviewed by, I believe, Ali Segbag, and his dad was like, "Why are you gonna put two of these main fighters together when you can fight somebody like Rob Saka?" That's when I lost all respect for Danny Garcia. Honestly, that's when I was like, you know what?
It was a tune-up fight. That's why. I think he just goes by the book of what a regular like kind of fighter. You know what I mean? They get one good fight, get a tune-up fight, then one good fight, get a tune-up fight. Especially after an L, they're gonna get a tune-up fight.
Okay.
That
I know that.
Yeah. I guess the tune-up fight wasn't, because most tune-up fights they bring somebody in that it's like, oh, maybe there's a chance.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe they could win, but they're not going to win. And with Rod Salka, it was like, you're not winning. Like
Rob Salka was a cab driver, man.
Everybody knew that he wasn't going to win.
Not at all.
That's what made it so trash.
I didn't even know who the hell Rob Salka was until that fight.
He was ranked number 75.
And nobody even
He was on the Showbox fights.
Can you tell me after that fight, have you been on TV and you skimming through ESPN on Friday night? Have you even seen him on the Friday night fight? Hell no.
I'm telling you, he did Showbox. Those are the only things I've seen him. And which is really funny because right before they did the whole interviews, I didn't realize that I had watched one of his fights, like his last fight before Danny. I watched it. I didn't realize, but he wasn't good. Like
Rob Soccer, man. Shout out Rob Soccer, man. Let's talk about the big story that's gonna come up. What, September, right? September, am I right?
September 16th.
September 16th. Triple G versus Canelo Alvarez, number 2. And I can't wait to see this fight. I know you and, you know, everybody else around the world can't wait to see this fight, just simply because it's unfinished business. I feel like, at least in my point of view, I feel like the first fight was definitely wrong. But you know what? I told myself if it does go into decision, I did tell myself that it was going to be a tie. So at least it was, you know, at least it wasn't given to Canelo, because I feel like he didn't even deserve the win anyway. So what's your take on that?
Honestly, I'm afraid, because they posted up a meme of Triple G, and it was like a meme making fun of him, that he looked like he still had weight on him, and he didn't look in shape. So I'm scared that he's gonna think like, oh, I pretty much dominated him last time, I don't really need to try.
Yeah.
And he's gonna fuck himself over and get like super dehydrated or super tired, or get caught slipping.
Yeah.
Because Canelo is a good counterpuncher, you know what I mean? And if he's dehydrated and his mental game is fucked up because he knows he didn't work out as hard as he is, he can get knocked out, and that's what's gonna scare me. I don't think he's gonna get knocked out, but it's a possibility more if he comes into that thinking that way.
Yeah.
I hope he's not.
I mean, the thing with the honestly, man, I don't think, well, it's boxing. It's a fight, if anything. So anything is definitely possible. Anybody could get caught. Anybody could get, you know, you get caught off guard. And, you know, as we both know, you know, being in the fight game for the years as we've been in there, and, you know, coaches always telling us, it's not the ones that you can see that hurt, it's the ones that you don't see. So if he gets caught with one of Canelo's counter punches, you know, that right hand that he actually took the first fight, if he don't see that one coming, the second fight, because, you know, because he didn't prepare properly, then yeah, that shit might take his ass down. Because when he got hit with that shit, man.
What hit, the overhand?
That overhand, right. He ate that shit like a fucking snack wrap.
Monster, dude.
He took one step back.
Dude.
He didn't, his knees didn't buckle. He didn't fart. Man, he didn't, nothing. He just took, he took that damn shot, took one step back, and was right up in his grill. So, you know, anything can happen. I'm still leaning toward the Triple G side, simply because, you know,
me too.
Triple G, you know, he's proved that, you know, he's proved himself.
They were just running the clock, man. I honestly think Canelo fucking failed his drug test on purpose to buy himself more time.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. I still find that bullshit.
It's
I still find.
Ass.
Well, first of all, man, what they blame it on, man? They blame it on the meat, right?
Yeah.
The meat. Doesn't he train in Mexico anyway?
Yeah, the meat in Mexico. They blamed it on the meat in Mexico.
So how long has Canelo been in the fight game?
Apparently, it's happened to many Mexican fighters before, and so that's why he just jumped. I think that he just jumped on that bandwagon.
But how many times? Well, no, how many times? How long has Canelo been in the fight game? He mainly trains in Mexico,
yeah.
Right? So I'm saying like this, man. This shit would have been came up already, man. This shit would have been came up already.
Before, yeah.
This shit like this would have came up if he's been training in Mexico, eating the food out there.
And he's visiting a lot out there for sure.
Exactly. So you telling me this motherfucker ain't had a couple of fucking asadas already?
Yeah. Yeah, it was fucking ass. Like I said, I think he just did it to wear Triple G down because he's getting older, and to buy him time. I think what he did is he bulked up as big as he could. Once the drug test failed, he stopped.
Yeah.
Then used that time to just keep kind of continuing it, and then right before it stopped.
Yeah.
I don't know how often they were testing him or something.
So are you saying this was a part of the? So are you saying that this is a part of the plan to beat Triple G September 16th?
I think he used those illegal drugs to get himself as big as he could until he got caught, and then laid off of it, and just, you know, he's gonna slowly decrease in muscle, but he won't be as small as he was in the first fight.
Got you.
He'll be bigger.
Got you. I got you.
I don't know how that all works, but I think that's what he did. He's trying to get as big as he could, and then milked it until he got caught, and then he was just like, all right, I'm gonna cut it off, and then from this point on to there, I'm just gonna work out.
Yeah.
And try and keep the muscle on.
Yeah. And look, and for the record, man, I'm not a Canelo hater. I actually think Canelo is a living legend. I think he is definitely the name in the face of boxing now that Mayweather is gone. I honestly believe that. But you got to do the shit the right way, man. Mayweather has never been tested for any shit.
Stop being a little bitch, Canelo.
Yes, yeah, thank you.
Stop being a little bitch.
Look, man, you win some, you lose some, man, but you live to fight another day. At the end of the day, motherfucker, you still got money.
I salute to the people who go into this with more pride than being more money hungry.
Thank you.
Because, like, in the beginning, it was pride for him, but it switched over to money. And now he's just trying to milk this shit, and it's just annoying. I salute to all the fighters who fight the person they say they're gonna fight when they're gonna fight him.
Thank you.
Everybody else,
that's what you're saying.
Everybody fucking dodges. Everybody fucking milks it to make it big, which is why I feel like Keith Thurman was. I feel
where the fuck is Keith Thurman, man?
Okay, look, Keith Thurman. I was giving him the benefit of the doubt when that whole Aerospin shit was going on. I was like, dude, he's not ducking him. Like, he fought everybody. He's not afraid. And
then he dropped the title.
But now that he's out here saying all this shit, like, oh, like, that's not a good fight right now, or we're not looking at that right now. I'm just like, dude, you guys are both in your fucking prime. Fight each other. Don't fucking do that. And I'm just like, it's fucking stupid.
At the end of the day, man, just get the people what they want, man.
And he injured himself, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, dude, come on.
That's why, I mean, of course, I was a little guy back in the day, as like early, like late 90s, early 2000s. So I wasn't really into the fight game. I was more into football because that was what I was, always wanted to do. But going back and watching old fights, man, the thing I like about watching old fights is those fucking dudes came to brawl. They didn't give a shit, man. They came to brawl. One of my favorite fighters from back in the day, man, it has to be Tommy Hearns, man, just because he's a little skinny dude like me. Well, he big, he tall, but if you go back and watch some of Tommy Hearns' fights, man, Marvis Hagler, man, Sugar Ray Leonard, them dudes came to fucking brawl. It wasn't and they were cool at the end of the day. It was all about, man, just giving the fans what they want, man.
And loving the sport for all that and not its money. For everything else that came with it besides the money, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Most people just want the money now, and it's like, I don't really care, but it's just like, if you want the money, then that's fine, but be like, you could still be both. You could still do both.
Yeah.
You could still get all the money and fight everybody you said you were going to fight. Like, stop making it about the money and trying to milk shit. Stop avoiding fighters. Just fucking fight.
Yep.
God damn it. And I don't care about, being a smart fighter and not being exciting. I think personally, if you run around the ring but you have really good moments and you're like in the middle of being defensive and offensive, then you're the fucking best. I don't care. Most people think that they're a boring fighter, and I'm just like, hell no, dude. I love to see the technique. I just don't like to see less of the technique and more of the defense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There should be a balance. If you're gonna be defensive, that's cool, but like, be exciting, because sometimes they go like a whole minute and a half without ever punching on the run, and I'm just like, well, that's why you look like a goddamn pussy. That's why people are telling you shit.
But yeah, but then a lot of people see shit like going like when like, for example, when Mayweather was active, he'll throw a punch or two, a couple jabs, and then he'll move around the ring to avoid getting punched. The whole main purpose of boxing is it's a point system. You land your points, and you don't make sure you don't get hit. So you have to avoid your opponent. So now, what I tell people like that, if you don't want to see somebody as defensive as Mayweather or defensive as Lara, then, man, go watch MMA. I mean, no shot to MMA, but if you want to see a fucking fight in round one, and you didn't pay fucking $60-$70 on pay-per-view HD, then go ahead. But I want to watch a motherfucking fight for 12 rounds, and I want to watch the sweet science.
A good fight.
A good fight. I don't want to see nobody get knocked out in round one. That's a fucking waste of money.
No. I don't mean that. I mean a good fight, because there's a lot of boring shit fights. Very depressing fights, like Mayweather-Pacquiao. very depressing. That was a waste of money.
Pacquiao, oh my no. I don't know what happened to my shoulder 2 weeks ago. Pull the fuck out the fight then.
There was nothing exciting. You know what I mean?
There was like a couple of
spurts. If I'm gonna pay money for that shit, it better at least be exciting.
My shoulder hurts.
That's why I'm saying it's just when you're too defensive, it gets boring.
Yeah.
It's the same shit like that. Mayweather was punching, but like it just wasn't. I just felt like he could have punched more.
Yeah.
Like if he would have been defensive and been as offensive as he was with McGregor, dude, that fight would have been fucking great.
But honestly, man, he knew the type of guy he was getting when McGregor signed on the line. McGregor's not a bad fighter by no means at all.
I knew that's the only reason why he was going forward.
Exactly. But he ain't gonna go forward like that against Pacquiao. Fuck that.
But it's like there was still opportunity where he could have just countered or punched him a little more, and it would have been a little bit more exciting.
But I think he was respecting Pacquiao's power, because you gotta think about it. You see how big his fucking legs are, man.
Yeah, dude, his calves are fucking huge.
This motherfucking no homo, man. Pacquiao got some big ass legs, G. Straight up. So you got to think about it. And plus, he has laid motherfuckers down, but he's also been laid the fuck down by Juan Marquez, and I'll never forget that shit. I thought my nigga was dead, dog. I was getting ready to call all my homies up and be like, "Yo, I think Pacquiao's gone." But I think he was respecting his power, real shit, because all it would have took was Pacquiao to land his flurries. And shit, man, who fucking knows, man? Mayweather, it would have been that one would have been on that record. Me personally, so I think he fought that fight very smart, but like you said, it was boring, just simple because it was more defensive. He didn't do enough, but he did enough to win.
Yeah,
he did enough to win, which was the game plan.
Yeah, but that's what's kind of killing boxing.
Honestly, man, I can't. Honestly, I haven't watched a boxing fight like. I haven't had that feel of, like calling in on a Saturday and being excited to watch a fight. I haven't.
Okay, I've been excited.
I haven't been excited since Mayweather, honestly. When Mayweather fights was on and cracking, I was ready to get the fuck off of work to go home.
All right, since the Mayweather wave is gone, a lot of these fighters have gone up to be what they're about.
Tank Davis, by far, that's my dude.
A lot of people, dude, like I've sat there and like it just recently it's been where I've been like super into these fights, going like, what the fuck, like
what
fucking
fight?
The Tito Ortiz and Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz.
Tito, this nigga's in MMA.
Fuck. Nah, Luis Ortiz and Deontay Wilder. Dude, that fight was so good.
Oh, dude. Please, man. I'm glad you brought this up. Look, I'm gonna tell you like this, man, because he already know I've been talking about this shit. Hey, man. Nothing but respect for Deontay Wilder, man. By all means, he's a great heavyweight champion. I'm not hating on the man. I just feel like the man just got gorilla Donkey Kong strength, bro. He ain't really that technical, but if he hits you over the head, bro, bro, you gonna shit yourself in the ring, bro, and it's over. Because that fight was exciting. I ain't gonna lie. I take that back. That fight, I was really excited for that fight, and I honestly thought that Luis Ortiz should have won that shit, because I feel like the fucking refs saved Deontay Wilder's ass. Seriously, if you go back and watch that shit, they was holding him out in the corner for nothing. Even go back and watch that shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I feel like that extra time that they gave Deontay Wilder
did it for him.
Had him get back into his senses.
It just makes him and Anthony Joshua so much more better.
Who you think?
Because both of them could get hurt. They just proved it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because he did get his ass dropped by Klitschko.
Yeah. Both of them can get hurt, so it just fucking like steams up everything. Because you're just like, dude, who's really gonna win? Yeah. You're just like, god damn it. That's why I'm excited for that fight. But they ain't gonna
fight, man. I think Joshua's holding. I think, like you said, he's holding out.